Today is January 19th. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today out of the Big Book, we are going to continue our journey through Bill's story. We'll be reading page 9 today. Out of the 12 and 12, we're still on step 2. We'll read page 32. And of course, we'll read the 24 hours a day and daily reflection. So with that, hope you all are doing well this morning, my friends. It's Monday. It's a brand new week, brand new start to the week. But the nice thing is, we don't have to worry about Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I've just got to worry about today, this set of 24 hours, which makes things a whole lot less stressful. And you know what? Life's good. I've got a cup of coffee in my Baby Yoda cup here. I'm going to need the force this morning and this week. So with that, let's get to the good stuff. So if you recall from yesterday's reading, Bill, he is all excited because his friend, old friend Ebby Thatcher is coming over. So we are on page 9 here. The door opened and he stood there, fresh-skinned and glowing. There was something about his eyes. He was inexplicably different. What had happened? I pushed a drink across the table. He refused it. Disappointed but curious, I wondered what had gotten into the fellow. He wasn't himself. "Come, what's this all about?" I queried. He looked straight at me. Simply but smilingly, he said, "I've got religion." I was aghast. So that was it. Last summer an alcoholic crackpot. Now I suspected a little cracked about religion. He had that starry-eyed look. Yes, the old boy was on fire all right. But bless his heart, let him rant. Besides, my gin would last longer than his preaching. But he did no ranting. In a matter-of-fact way, he told how 2 men had appeared in court, persuading the judge to suspend his commitment. They had told of a simple religious idea and a practical program of action. That was 2 months ago, and the result was self-evident. It worked. He had come to pass his experience along to me, if I cared to have it. I was shocked but interested. Certainly I was interested. I had to be, for I was hopeless. Out of the 12 and 12, we're on step 2. Came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Bottom of page 31 and 32. Now let's take the guy full of faith, but still reeking of alcohol. He believes he's devout. His religious observance is scrupulous. He's sure he still believes in God, but suspects that God doesn't believe in him. He takes pledges and then more pledges. Following each, he not only drinks again, but acts worse than the last time. Valiantly, he tries to fight alcohol, imploring God's help, but the help doesn't come. What then can be the matter? To clergymen, doctors, friends, and families, the alcoholic who means well and tries hard is a heartbreaking riddle. To most AAs, he's not. There are too many of us who've been just like him and have found the riddle's answer. The answer has to do with the quality of faith rather than its quantity. This has been our blind spot. We supposed we had humility when we really hadn't. We supposed we'd been serious about religious practices when, upon honest appraisal, we found that we'd been only superficial. Or, going to the other extreme, we had wallowed in emotionalism and had mistaken it for true religious feeling. In both cases, we've been asking something for nothing. The fact was that we really hadn't cleaned house so that the grace of God can enter us and expel the obsession. In no deep or meaningful sense had we ever taken stock of ourselves, made amends to those that we had harmed, or freely given away to any other human being without any demand for reward. We'd not even prayed rightly. We'd always said, "Grant me my wishes," instead of, "Thy will be done." The love of God and man we understood not at all. Therefore, we remained self-deceived and so incapable of receiving enough grace to restore us to sanity. "24 hours a day, January 19th. AA thought for the day. On the foundation of sobriety, we can build a life of honesty, unselfishness, faith in God, and love of our fellow human beings. We never fully reach these goals, but the adventure of building that kind of life is so much better than the merry-go-round of our old drinking life that there's no comparison. We come into AA to get sober, but if we stay long enough, we learn a new way of living. We become honest with ourselves and with other people. We learn to think more about others and less about ourselves. We learn to rely on the constant help of a higher power. Am I living the way of honesty, unselfishness, and faith? Meditation for the day. I believe that God had already seen my heart's needs before I cried to Him, before I was conscious of those needs myself. I believe that God was already preparing the answer. God does not have to be petitioned with sighs and tears and much speaking. He has already anticipated my every want and need. I will try to see this as His plans unfold in my life. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may understand my real wants and needs. I pray that my understanding of those needs and wants may help to bring the answer to them. Daily Reflection, January 19th. Round-the-clock faith. Faith has to work 24 hours a day, in and through us, or we perish. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 16. The essence of my spirituality and my sobriety rests on around-the-clock faith in a higher power. I need to remember and rely on the God of my understanding as I pursue all my daily activities. How comforting for me is the concept that God works in and through people. As I pause in my day, do I recall specific concrete examples of God's presence? Am I amazed and uplifted by the number of times this power is evident? Am I overwhelmed with the gratitude for my God's presence in my life of recovery? Without this omnipotent force in my every activity, I would again fall in the depths of my disease and death. All right, my friend, that concludes today's reading, and some beautiful stuff as always. First of all, in the big book, I love that. I don't know how I would have reacted at first when I heard, my old buddy say, "I've got religion." I guess I'd start worrying about, oh boy, here we go. I'm going to get preached at here. But the cool thing was that Ebby did know preaching. He just said, "Hey, I believe in a higher power, and I've been given this program of action, and people took time to help me, and I just want to help others." And for Bill, I mean, that's hitting him in a good way, a nice positive way. He's like, wow, okay, that seems pretty practical. Seems pretty pragmatic. I think, okay, I'll keep listening for now while I continue to drink a little bit. But yeah, he's starting to keep an open mind to what Abby's saying here. And he's definitely curious. In that last line, he's like, hey, what else do I have to lose? I might as well listen to the guy, because I haven't found the solution yet. So, and then I love the 12 and 12. Golly, that second paragraph that we read. The answer has to do with the quality of faith rather than its quantity. We suppose we had humility when we really hadn't. We suppose we've been serious about religious practices when, upon honest appraisal, we found that we've been only superficial. Or we had wallowed in the emotionalism and mistaking it for true religious feeling. And then a little further down, the fact was we hadn't really cleaned house, so that the grace of God could enter us and expel the obsession. Yeah, and then talking about cleaning house, step 4, and making the decision in the first place to carry out God's will instead of my own, and then doing step 4. I know for me, and again, I'm only going to talk about my experience, strength, and hope. Lord knows I've got my own problems, but I have to clean house quite a bit because my selfishness and self-centeredness doesn't just manifest itself in alcohol. I'll give you an example. My diet, I can be very gluttonous at times. I am a sweet tooth junkie. I probably had an addiction with eating even before alcohol, and I wrestle with that still to this day. There will be a couple days where I'm pretty good and I'm eating pretty moderately, and then I'll just go crazy on food. They even tease me in the office. They'll make an announcement over the office. Hey, we got donuts in the office. Better hurry up and get here before Rob does. So, clearly I've got a reputation for eating a lot. That's one of the 7 deadly sins I wrestle with, and I'm still working on. And my point in bringing this up is that I have to apply the steps to that as well, and I'm still working on it. And there's other areas of my life as well that I will be a work in progress, practicing spiritual principles in all my affairs for the rest of my life. But the nice thing is that when I trust in my higher power, when I clean house, I do see progress in these areas. But when I get complacent, as I said before, it's like that trudging up that escalator that's going down, right? If I try to stay still and go, I'm not going to work it today, I'm not going to pray today, I'm not going to go to the meeting today, whatever it might look like, I don't stay still. For me, I start moving backwards. So for me, it takes a constant effort, but the beautiful thing is, it's just like the 24 hours said. The beautiful thing is, the effort is so worth it. I love this line here from the 24 hours a day. We'll never fully reach these goals, but the adventure of building that kind of life is so much better than the merry-go-round of our old drinking life that there is no comparison. I have a relationship with my wife, my higher power, my children that I never thought I could have, that I never would have had if I had continued drinking. These are just a few of the benefits, and then helping my fellow man who's struggling, giving back by paying it forward, and the feeling you get knowing that you're helping somebody, it's worth it. There are so many more benefits than going back out there and drinking. It's worth the work. But that's enough of my random for one day, guys. I hope y'all have a great one. As always, I won't speak on behalf of AA or NA, Al-Anon, and any other sect or denomination. I'm just a friend of this lifeboat recovery, honored to be here. So with that, my friends, if we're given another set of 24 hours, I sincerely hope to see you right back here tomorrow.